Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something focused a little bit more towards the cybersecurity aspect of things. I promise you it's not as boring as it sounds. It's actually something fairly exciting. We are going to be installing ZenArmor and CrowdSec on a brand new PF installation deployment that we currently have. This is all virtualized inside a lab environment, so everything that you see here will be purged right after these videos. Before we begin though, I just want to introduce ZenArmor, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Don't worry about the pastebin in the back. Everything that you see here, I will post it in the video description as well, so you will have access to it. So what is ZenArmor? ZenArmor is a software-defined and appliance-free network security technology. It is cutting-edge, lightweight, next-generation firewall that provides comprehensive security for your network and protects against a myriad of online threats. Whether it's against malicious websites, controlling access to a certain content, or enhancing overall web security, ZenArmor is your go-to tool. It's feature-packed with advanced filtering capabilities, threat intelligence, and reporting tools, making it an indispensable addition to your network infrastructure. ZenArmor can be instantly deployed onto any platform that has network access, such as bare metal, virtual machines on-premise, or on cloud, and is actively developed by Sunny Valley Cybersecurity, Inc. ZenArmor employs AI-based system to classify and update web categories in real time, enhancing network security by automatically identifying and inhibiting new and sophisticated threats. What does that mean for you? It means that there is an add-on for a couple of the more popular firewalls, such as pfSense, OpenSense, some of the Debian-based firewalls, which allow it to transform itself from a regular firewall to a next-gen firewall by taking advantage of artificial intelligence capability, speed, and adaptability to better adapt itself to constantly emerging threats. So how do we install that onto our system? Well, there are a couple of things that we need to do before we get ready for it. The first and foremost is that we need to update our pfSense system. So go ahead, click on system and update. Make sure that there's no pending update or that you're not on an updated version. The second thing you want to do is you want to go on package manager and take care of any available packages that you want to install. For me, I have to just install OpenVMTools. Whoops. Come on. There we go. I just have to install OpenVMTools because my instance is virtualized. I'm not really going to be performing any configurations on the LAN interface and the opt interface, but if you need to perform any changes, please go ahead and do them, or if you need to perform any settings, right now would be the time. And the last thing with preparation, the last two things with preparation that we need to do is we need to make sure that it's a little bit of preventative maintenance more than preparation. Is we need to go under System Advanced, Networking. We need to tell pfSense to use the Kia DHCP server and scroll down to disable hardware checksum offload. The reason why we're disabling hardware checksum offload is because if we have it enabled, right when we go and install ZenArmor onto our pfSense installation, it will not have direct access to the netmap driver. So by disabling the hardware checksum offloading, you are allowing the driver to take care of everything that it needs to do. So once those two settings have been toggled, let's go ahead and click on save. And obviously, because we are disabling a core activity in pfSense, it's going to ask for a reboot. So go ahead and reboot now. Now that pfSense is back to up and functional, go ahead and log in to pfSense, preferably with a terminal, SSH terminal of some sort, because we are going to need access to the console. For me, my favorite SSH terminal of choice is PuTTY. So I am going to go ahead and log in with PuTTY. Oopsie daisy, what did I do? Okay, there we go. We are in the console, and now we're going to select option 8 for shell access. And all we have to do now is just copy the commands as we see them. cURL updates.zenarmor.com, get ZenArmor, and we're going to let pfSense do the installation. Now that the installation has been completed, it literally tells us what to do next. It tells us to use the rehash command. So we're going to go ahead and rehash, and then we're going to run the ZenArmor controlled cloud register. And once we execute that command, it's going to ask us for our ZenArmor cloud credentials. So let me go ahead and enter those, and I will see you guys in just a second. Once you have completed the registration, you are going to see a message saying registration to the cloud portal is successful. And now we have to transfer over to our ZenArmor dashboard. We are now finally inside the Zen console dashboard, and we are ready to finally accept the ZenArmor deployment that we just finished installing. Under node name, put something that is easily recognizable for you. For me, it's going to be VMware Virtualized Zen. And under deployment mode, this is where was the importance to disable hardware checksum offloading, is so that we can use the we can use the native netmap driver. You want the highest mode possible for the most details and the most access so that ZenArmor can have to your firewall. So select on routed mode L3 make sure that it's selecting the native netmap driver, not rather than the emulated netmap driver. In the devices behind a firewall, it doesn't really matter what you select, because all that matters is what you're going to be selecting under the reporting database. If you select SQLite, you can only manage up to 100 devices anyways. But if you select Elasticsearch, that limit disappears, and the option of number of devices behind this firewall kind of becomes irrelevant. As for which interfaces to protect, the documentation for ZenArmor was a little confusing at first, but the gist of it is this: do not select virtual interfaces such as lags or LACPs or bridges or anything like that, and do not select VLANs. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to only select physical network interface cards. Like, for example, in my case, I know it's a virtualized NIC, but this represents a physical port on a machine. So in either case, you want to only select the physical ports of the network interface card or cards that you have in your machine. So if you were to have, say, an SFP2 port network interface card, you would want to select the QFLXE or whatever driver is representing those two physical SFP plus ports. So let's select VMX1 and give it a security zone of local area network, and we're going to select add firewall. And it's gonna tell us connection refused. So go ahead and select SQLite local and click on add firewall. And you have successfully deployed ZenArmor on your pfSense deployment. There is a little bit of extra finagling to set up Elasticsearch on your ZenArmor and enable more devices. However, that is a topic for another video. Right now, we have just enabled ZenArmor onto our pfSense, and we finally have access to the whole dashboard. Now, it is a relatively feature-rich add-on. However, without a subscription, there's not really much we can do. Under devices, we are fairly limited because everything is behind a subscription. The reports are fairly limited as well because it doesn't really show you that much. But the most important thing is that it allows you to synchronize a couple of policies. And if you have a couple of minutes or 2 or 5 or whatever, go ahead in the default policy and have a look at the essential security, the advanced security, app control, web control, and exclusions. It is a very well thought out and a very well organized protection system for your pfSense deployment. Last but not least, you can also go back into the settings for each specific pfSense or any type of firewall that you have added to your Zen console. It is really practical, it works great, and it is just fantastic. And the fact that it is also leveraging artificial intelligence to continuously protect your network, there's not really that much else to say. It's just wonderful. Thank you so very much for joining me on this little adventure to install and enable ZenArmor onto your pfSense system, as well as add it to your Zen console dashboard. I hope you enjoyed it. You found it a little bit educational. Remember to like and subscribe. Your viewership supports me more than you know. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.